everyone, I hope you are all well. I am so happy to be finally speaking to you all again, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that things are going to be kind of like back on track now. We'll have the day in the life on Monday, and then the week after it'll be like the weekly vlog and then the normal Friday video. So yeah, I am going to let you know about my labour and birth story and kind of what went on. I did want to vlog it, but it was just so quick. I really did not have, to be honest, the last thing on my mind was the camera. It was sort of like, I want my mum. That is literally how it went, so it was quite funny. But yeah, I will apologise now if she murmurs. She's been asleep for about 2 hours, which is the most she has been asleep. She's suffering with a bit of acid reflux at the minute, so yeah, we've got Gaviscon, but I don't really want to give her that yet. I'm trying to hold out. But yeah, anyway, I'm rambling. So the 30th of June, as you all probably know if you do watch my weekly vlogs, you will know that up until that point I was having like on and off pains and contractions and Braxton Hicks and tightening and kind of like pulling and things like that. So I knew it was sort of on its way. So the 29th of June I had such a bad night, and I actually thought that was going to be the night, but it obviously wasn't. And then the 30th of June, Scott took the kids to school, he went to work, and I was just like, I'm going bed. I'm just going to lay in bed, watch some YouTube and just chill out, because I just didn't feel right. And I was messaging Steph, one of my friends who has had her baby now finally, so we are bump free, because we were kind of like at the last hurdle then, we were like fed up. So I was just in bed watching YouTube and texting Steph, and then I had the worst contraction, and I just thought, shit, this feels like the real deal. So I went on my phone. I've still got that app on my phone actually. I'm a bit emotional to delete it, so I downloaded the contraction app just there. I've still got my contractions on there as well. I don't want to delete them. Sad, I know. And basically you just press on the button when you're having a contraction, and then when it goes, press it again, and it obviously times how long the contractions are and how far apart they are. So I thought I'll leave it and see if another one comes along, and if it does, I'll sort of get ready to press the button. So carrying on, and then it happened, and I pressed the button, gripping onto the pillow, and I thought, yeah, this is it. But I will just wait a couple more and then I'll see. I think this app is you time 4, and then if 4 are close together, it kind of lets you know when to kind of ring the hospital or ring the midwife or whatever kind of labour you're having, kind of like get started sort of thing. So it was about 10:20 and I clicked the button and started timing my contractions. The first 2 were 14 minutes apart, then the next one was 10 minutes, and then the next one was 7 minutes, and it was just like, right, ring the hospital sort of thing. And then it went back up to 10 minutes, so it was around 10 to 7 minutes on and off. I rang Scott, and he knew straight away, because I don't ring him, I'll text him if I need him. So I rang him and he was like, right, I'm on my way. I rang the midwives and they said, how long has it been going on? And I said, literally only like 25 minutes, half an hour max, but I've got the urge to push. Now this happened with Alessia, my waters hadn't broke, but I just had the urge to push, and I was squeezing in, trying my hardest not to push. Obviously I had no one here in case anything had gone wrong, so I kind of was like squeezing my Nuna, so she didn't fall out basically. I know. Yeah, so Scott got here within, I would say, about 7 minutes, 8 minutes. So yeah, Scott got here and he was a bit of a nervous wreck, because I think men don't realise how painful it is. I had ripped to shreds my my book, my maternity book, like gripped it, kind of rocking back and forth on the kitchen side. I got the recycling bottles out of the bin and I unscrewed them and was like squeezing them every contraction or pain, which did help, to be honest. So if any of you are pregnant, then keep your recycling bottles, they do come in handy. Oh, I've got a bad back, sorry. Oh. Yeah, and then the midwife rang me and said, we're on our way, are you okay? And I said, I just need to push, I just need to push. So she called for the second midwife. So basically with a home birth, the first midwife initially comes to you, checks that you're actually in labour, and then we'll send for a second midwife. But because they knew that I was ready to push, they kind of all came at once. It was 2 midwives and a trainee midwife. So they came and they said, was I okay? Did I have I had any bloody show or anything like that? And I said I'd actually had my mucus plug and bloody show a couple of days before this point, which got me quite excited, thinking, oh god, this is gonna be it. I said no, I said that's all come away. She says, right, lay on the sofa and I'll check to see how far dilated you are. Up until this point, I think it was about 11:30 now, and she checked me over and she said I was 8 centimeters dilated, and she was like, oh my gosh girl, you're ready to go. And so beforehand, me and Scott got the cushions off the sofa and put them in black bags, because I was initially going to have her on the floor, but my back pains was ridiculous. She checked bump over and realised that she was back to back. And up until this stage, no one had ever said she was back to back any of my checkups, but if you have been following me, you will know I haven't had many checkups. So I kind of thought, gosh, is this a bad thing? I know back to back can be painful in your back, but obviously I never really thought about it because no one had ever mentioned throughout all my 3 children about back to back pain or labour or anything like that. And then by this point, the contractions on my back were excruciating. It just felt like hot coal on like a grind, like a winder, like a stretcher, just stretching my back. That was more painful than the actual contractions. So I couldn't get on the floor. I literally just jumped onto the sofa, onto my back. Scott was behind me and he had his arm kind of like this, and I was gripping hold of each side of his arm and just stretching my back in each contraction, and the midwife was rubbing the bottom of my back, which it did help, but it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I did shout on a few occasions, well, not shout, but I kind of was like, I can't do it, I literally can't do it, I need something for my back. And at this point was where they said, by the time we get some gas and air delivered to you, you would have had her already. So they actually forgot to bring the gas and air, which I just lay there and in my mind I just thought, oh my god, I can't do it without gas and air. I need something to take the pain off. I know gas and air doesn't take the pain away, but sends you somewhere else. So yeah, I realised that they had forgot the gas and air. And I was like, Scott, they forgot the gas and air. And he's like, you can do this, like you are nearly there, sort of thing. And then she said, try and flip over onto all fours on the sofa, it might ease your back off. So I flipped over to all fours and gripping onto the side of the sofa, and then my waters had popped. Gravity just came gushing down, and it kind of was really quick then. The urge to push, she said, just go with your body. I did push the waters out with Alessia, so I knew it was kind of safe to do that. So yeah, with every contraction then I kind of felt the urge to push, and then I popped my waters out, and then I would say within about 20 minutes I was pushing her head out. I can't even explain the pain that I felt when I was pushing in regards to my back. My back was, it just felt like it was just being ripped to shreds. I had never ever felt a pain as bad as that. Like, it was torture. But yeah, I pushed her out, and the cord was absolutely massive. The midwife was literally just winding it around her wrist to pull the afterbirth out. which I did say, don't pull. I didn't have the injection. I thought, I've done it all natural now, it's pointless having the injection to get like the afterbirth and everything out. So I just lay there. It was taking a while, but that was okay. She was a little bit mucusy when she came out, like little kind of congested mucus, but she was absolutely fine. She weighed £8.13, very big baby. The other two were £7.1½, so for having an £8.13 baby was a little bit crazy. No stitches, no ripping. I had a little graze, which to be fair I didn't even feel, so I'm not too sure if that was internally or like outside, I'm not too sure, but she said there was just a little bit of a graze. I did lose quite a bit of blood, but not enough to warrant kind of like hemorrhaging or a trip to the hospital or anything like that, so that was good. And she was placed onto my chest, straight onto my chest. Scott cut the cord. He missed Alessia's birth, so yeah, he was quite excited to cut this cord. He was a little bit nervous, and he didn't realise that the afterbirth come out how it does, like a brain, and he kind of looked at it and nearly shit himself which was quite amusing for me. He was very shocked by it, bless him. Yeah, and we had her at 12:37, so all in all I would say from about 10:30ish when I started monitoring the contractions, so 10:30 to 12:37, so I had this little madam in just over 2 hours, which is, she sounds like The Grudge. Which was brilliant. It did go quick. It was just the back pain that was kind of not ruining the experience, but it's all that's all I could feel was just the back pain, the burning sensation. But it was all worth it. So I have forgot all my notes, so I do apologise if I am a bit rambly, but I don't think I've missed out anything in regards to my like labour and the birth that I can think of. I mean, it was 11 days ago. It's just like so over now. No. No, I don't think I've missed out anything. Yeah, so how we are doing now, little one is, she's doing good. She is very good in a routine in regards to feeding. It's kind of like every 4 hours. Her feed normally ranges like 12 till 4 till 8. The last 2 days she has been quite niggly and got tummy ache, and she was gasping for breath. She's been gagging, really dry, retching. So we actually took her to the doctors yesterday, which was Monday, and they gave her some infant baby Gaviscon to try, but I was holding out. I didn't give her any yesterday, which I wished I did, because my god, I had the worst night with her yesterday, and I just feel so sorry for her because I can see she's in pain. There's like real baby tears, you know, when there's real tears you think, oh, there's real tears, it must hurt. But I thought I'll hold out on giving her Gaviscon until I see the health visitor. The health visitor might have some like tummy exercises to massage, or some kind of different ways to get the wind up, but obviously the health visitor hasn't come, so I think I'm going to try with some Gaviscon in a bottle tonight, and see how she gets on, I think. But apart from that, she is doing absolutely well. A day old, 2 days old, she has been lifting her head up. She lifts her head up all the time. 5 days old, she rolls over. She is just really shocking us with everything at the minute. She is very, very developed. She's a very clever little bubsy. Me, on the other hand, I'm still bleeding. 11 days now, 11 days postpartum, and I'm still bleeding. It's slowly going, but because I have been constipated for 4 days now, pressure of going to the toilet kind of makes me bleed again. But we're working on it. I did have a prolapse that I had to go to the hospital just to get checked out, which did really worry me. It was 1 o'clock in the morning on day 4 and I was sitting on the toilet and I had a bit of a big clot, and I thought I'll wait here for a bit just to get it out, but it kind of came out, and then so did the prolapse. So I rang the hospital. They were not interested, they wouldn't come out to me, so I had to wait till the next day and go up there. And the lovely midwife, she was the loveliest midwife I've ever actually seen in my life. She was lovely. She said she had the same thing. She said it all just retracts back up, you know, do your pelvic floor exercises and you'll be fine. So yeah, I'm feeling a bit better about that. Visualizing that is scary enough. When you actually look and see it, it's like, oh god. So yeah, but I am doing a bit better now. Apart from the constipation, I am on Senokot, which is helping. It makes its mind up when it wants to work, like in Toys R Us when we went bike hunting for Alessia's birthday. It decided to work then, and I had to run to Morrison's and there was no toilet roll in the toilet. So yeah, we've had an eventful couple of trips out, I can assure you. Baby blues are actually kicking in really bad. I was gonna ask the health visitor today about some... Do you mind? I'm trying to make a video here. I was gonna ask the health visitor about some groups that I could go to. I'm not like a baby group person. I never have been with the other two, but I do need to mingle. I'm really missing work. I actually saw one of my colleagues yesterday and it really upset me with her having a work uniform on, and I just miss socialising and I miss being out there. I'm sure once Scott's back at work and normal routine and normality kicks in and I kind of can get into a routine, but at the minute it is hitting me hard, like crying all the time and randomly crying and things like that. But baby blues are bound to happen. I've had it with both kids. It's just the case of accepting it and letting people know and speaking out about it, and I'm fully gonna tell you lot and everyone that I am depressed and kind of fed up, to be honest. But like I said, I haven't had the best of rides. I had to be on bed rest. I had to be on bed rest with the prolapse and obviously not walk about too much. So yeah, it's been an eventful 11 days, but we are getting there. We are getting there. I'd pick her up to show you, but she's asleep again. She's always asleep. Oh, the sleepies. And say hello to everybody. Baba, and say hello to everybody. Hi. Hi. Say hi, everyone. She's so pretty cute. Yeah, so this is little Lila May Hut. And she is a little cutie. She is so cute. Honestly, she must have needed the sleep because she has been asleep so much today. I know, darling, I know. Mum's just like taking the mickey now when you want sleep. She's been asleep a lot today, so she must have needed it. So yeah, that is my birth and labour story with a little added extra. I hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you soon. Back to normal next week. Bye.